All right, so hello, welcome to Bootcamp Day 2. We are going to do some admin things first. The link to this document that I'm going to go over is in the YouTube video in the comments below. And those of you who are watching live, please click in the comments and you'll be given a link by Lainey. And we're now just going to share a screen with you on this document. Please save your questions to the end. Happy to take questions at the end. Just a heads up. We are going to finish before 4 today. If you've got something to plan, you'll easily be out of here by 3. We went over a lot yesterday, so there might be a couple of fill-ins that I do, which are specific sales tools that work. We've done about 10,000 of these leads now, so we've learned what works and what doesn't. Please make sure that you listen carefully, and whatever you opt out of and don't do, it's probably going to cost you a sale. So it's an expensive decision to opt out of these. After you've done it 10,000 times, it's like, oh man, that really works. Of course, you're going to imprint your own personality, but please follow our cadence or it will cost you money. We want you to make money, okay? So this cadence works. And it's nothing like what you've heard before, as a lot of us talk about, a lot of the things that you've previously thought you need to set to one side, because this is, 2025 internet lead generation and how to convert. Okay, so let's talk about our ICA department. We say ICA because they're really not sales agents. They are licensed, but they are concierge agents inside. And each of the concierge agents, when they receive a call from Zillow Live, they let the customer know, I'm here with you through the duration, right? Not just at the beginning. So they say, here's my personal cell phone number. So the ICAs give out their personal cell phone number and our central ICA department numbers and the number of the agent. So remember that. And the ICA will also call, and you're going to see that in the cadence here, they will also call the client after you've met with them, A, to make sure you did meet them, B, to find out how well it went, and C, to see if you bam-fammed, okay? So super important that you watch this cadence. It's all about relationship. Okay, let's look at how agents receive leads and referral agents receive leads who are associated with our team. First of all, same as I said yesterday, store the ICA lead transfer number in your cell phone. There's 2 of them right now. We disperse about 800 of these a month, minimum just with Zillow, plus another 300, 400 a week sometimes with social media leads. So please store those lead transfer numbers in your phone, and that's on your links page that you had yesterday. There's the 2 numbers right there. Actually, they're in line. Number 2. So the ICA team receives incoming leads, including what's called real-time tour. That's RTT. So that's when a customer is on Zillow, they click request a tour or a real-time tour, and the real-time tour is actually logged directly into the MLS, and then we're informed of it, and we follow up, and we assign an agent. So about 800 times a month, these connections come in, the ICAs take them, speak to the customer, and the cadence begins. The ICA team answers all calls with what's called ALM, which is Zillow's answering process, which is appointment, location, and motivation. And there's actually a bot that listens to what they say and recognizes what they say and gives them a score out of 10 whether they say the right words. It's a pretty strict cadence. So it used to be that the agents had to do that, and now we've taken all that responsibility off you, and the ICAs do that. The ICA then talks with the client, and we are responsible to Zillow to make appointments with over 90% of the people that we talk to. So 90% of the time plus, the ICA will set an appointment with the customer. The ICA verbally confirms the date and time of the appointment and notifies the customer of the 15-minute upcoming showing confirmation text. Underscore that. That's vital. So a showing confirmation text is confirming the showing with the client, the ICA's personal number, the ICA central number, and the assigned agent. Right, so now the ICA turns around and confirms the appointment with the listing agent. There are rare occasions where they cannot reach the listing agent, and they will still confirm that appointment and notify you. And then there's an exchange between you and the ICA how to deal with that. Unfortunately, what was happening before we went to ICA was that if the real estate agent was saying to the customer, hey, I'll reach out to the seller and get back to you. And we lost a lot of business. We trained multiple times not to do it, but because you have been trained to do that since 1905, because every training school you go to since 1905 has taught that, we couldn't unteach it, right? It's just like a knee jerk. Let me check with the seller. I'll get back to you. Let me check with the seller. Please don't say, let me check with the seller. Let me check with the seller. I'll go back to you. So we do a boot camp. Please don't say, I'll check with the seller. Let me check with the seller. So 100 years, we just couldn't undo 100 years of teaching, right? And so we changed that. So now the ISA does it. The ISA confirms the appointment. We never say, let me check with the seller. We say, great, your appointment is confirmed. One of our experts is going to be in touch with you in the next 15 minutes. You're going to please watch out for a confirmation text. All right. So the ICA team now texts. When we wrote this, we said 3 agents, but there's actually several ways we text out now. You might want to make a note of that, Lainey, for adaptation. One is our primary way is that we will send out a message in a geolocation WhatsApp group text. So it might be LA North, LA South, LA East, LA West, IE North, Desert, Desert South, Desert North. So there are broken down WhatsApp groups. So when you come on board, you will say what areas you're wanting to work, and you'll be slotted into those WhatsApp groups. So once again, make sure that WhatsApp has an audible notification set up within your desktop, and also a push notification and audible notification on your device. So it goes out to groups on WhatsApp. We also create text groups, and that's usually, specialists in an area, those of you who are scoring real high on your conversions. So if somebody doesn't reply on WhatsApp, or if it's really a lead where it requires special attention, you'll find that you and 2 or 3 others will get a text. You're going to want to jump on those right away. As usually some sort of specialist requirement, you need to convert to be on those groups. So this team is all about relationship with the customer, relationship with each other, relationship with Zillow, and converting, okay? So conversion is your focus. All right, so we text groups of agents, we WhatsApp groups of agents. Occasionally, if we're having trouble fulfilling an appointment, there will then be a post on Slack. So again, Slack is there to make you money. Get used to being engaged with Slack. And agents say, well, I put my cell phone down when I'm showing a property. That's also 100-year-old teaching. Well, not 100 years because we didn't have cell phones, but since cell phones, there's some social definition that if you touch your phone, if you're over 40, I guess, that somehow it means you're rude. And it's just not true. Everybody out there in the real world, other than real estate agents who are somehow cloistered in this unreal world that we've constructed, everybody out there touches their phones all day long. How many of you get a notification? Well, you all do on your iPhone, what your screen time was that week. What's your screen time? Has anybody watched that? Do you see it? What's your screen time in a week? A day. What's your screen time a day? Somebody tell me. Screen time. Come on. Huh? 4 hours. What's your screen time a day? Right. My daily average screen time is 15 hours and 43 minutes. Daily screen time. So people all day are on their cell phones. Hannah's looking now because now she doesn't feel quite so bad. I guarantee mine is, okay. Yeah, it's really a great exercise. So what's your screen time? And we need to understand screen time is a part of life. So what I train our teams, members to do is when you meet a client, say, look, you are really important to Zillow. And I've been specifically assigned to you by Zillow. Stress that. We're part of a program that agents are selected around the country. We cannot buy connection with you. This is something Zillow entrusts us. We don't pay to connect with you. So part of that is customer service. And you'll find that every now and again, I'm going to tap my phone while we're together. And that's because there's other customers coming in. I need to at least make a brief connection with them. That's how I connected with you. I want to be in touch with you. So please understand, every now and again, I'll tap my phone. I'm totally engaged with you, but also I need to be sure that we're supplying the customer service that Zillow requires. If you say that, it immediately shows you're part of something much bigger than just, hi, I'm Betty G, and I sell condos in this area, right?
That's good.
Now they know that you're associated with this major corporation and there's accountability. Does that make sense? So let me just give you a quick indication of that. Imagine that you going to take a ride in somebody else's car, and you arrive at the airport. Somebody shows up, jump out of the car, and they say, I've got the nicest car in the area, and I'll give you the nicest ride in the area. Jump in the back seat of my car. It's $12. Would you do it? Most major airports, remember I came from British Airways, most major airports in the world have warning signs outside. It used to say, if the cab is not yellow or if the cab is not blue, depending on the country, do not take a ride with it. Now there are warning signs that if it doesn't say, Uber or whichever service, do not take a ride. Because how do you know? There's no supervision. You got one independent person who says they're nice, but you don't know. Would you just jump in anybody's car as a girl? You arrive in Rome, you just jump in some dude's car because he says it's, however many lira? You wouldn't do it, would you? What do you look for? You look for an association. You look for an affiliation that you know that that person is accountable. But in the real estate industry, we're so obsessed with our own ego, we think, I look so good and my car looks so good, all they need to know is it's me. And that's not true. So the association is super important. That all came from this piece of be aware, be alive, watch your Slack, watch for notifications, watch for client information. It's okay, particularly if you inform the client up front. All right. So in comes either WhatsApp, text, or a Slack notification. Agent selection, people often ask, how do you pick agents? Well, it's based on how reliable that agent is. So it's based on agent conversion. Is your calendar complete? Is your Bob complete, showing that you're showing homes? Are you a deliberate transitional or occasional agent, which is production related? And also availability. Is your availability now? Is your availability this day? So there's a lot of factors in there. Your geocentricity, what's your location, how close are you to the lead? Now, it doesn't mean you cannot get a connection if it's 2 hours away, frankly, you can. But we have to know from your agent profile in Bob that you are willing to do that. All right, so the texts go out, the agent selected. When the call comes in, the ICA sends this text. It's called a 10-minute lead assignment alert text. A 10-minute lead assignment alert text. So the 3 agents or the WhatsApp group, that's what it's called. Hey, we've got a lead, Riverside, 2 hours, 4 hours, who's available? We have a confirmed or showing appointment for John Martinez at date and time. Please confirm you're available. The maximum period of time for that is 10 minutes. Now, I'm going to tell you, we've promised the clients they're going to get a confirmation text in 15 minutes introducing their agent. So we rarely wait 10 minutes. We send that WhatsApp. If in 2 minutes or 3 minutes we don't have response, we're on the subgroup texts. And if in 2 minutes we don't have response on the subgroup text, we're picking up the phone, calling agents that we trust who will pick up the phone. So if you don't have those ISA numbers, ICA numbers stored in your phone, you're never going to get those calls. If you haven't converted, you're going to be less likely to get those calls. So get conversion under your belt. That comes all the way back to our cadence. Take those LODs, spend time on the LODs. Don't keep showing the same client over and over again 4 weeks in a row. Yes, show them over again, but each week you need to be doing a minimum of 2 and up to 4 new client showings every week. All right. Now the ICA team assigns the lead and the winning agent in Zillow Premier and Lofty. So now you're going to get a notification in your Zillow account. You're going to get a notification in your Lofty account. And they will schedule the appointment in your agent calendar. Now the ICA team sends a 4-way showing confirmation text. So just look at that showing confirmation text and lead assignment alert text. You see it? Lead assignment alert text, showing confirmation text. So the ICA sends a showing confirmation text. Hi, Mr. Martinez. Thank you for calling Zillow. This is your ICA, Sally. I'm your Zillow customer service contact at the Warburton Team. See that? Zillow customer service contact at the Warburton Team. I'm thrilled to introduce you to your dedicated Zillow preferred agent, and it's John Smith. You're in great hands. Your appointment is confirmed, date and time. If you have any questions or need assistance before the meeting, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to ensure a smooth home buying experience for you. Most of the time, the client will respond to that text. Thank you very much. Look forward to meeting you, something like that. What's the next piece? You, the assigned agent, need to reply in the 4-way showing confirmation text. You got a maximum of 5 minutes. If you don't do it in 5 minutes, we'll reassign the connection. Okay? For obvious reasons. The client's responding. They just spoke to Zillow's customer service, now our customer service, and now the agent's assigned that it takes more than 5 minutes. They're done at that point. So you have 5 minutes to reply. So agent replies to the 4-way showing confirmation text. You attached your ZPA profile. Extremely important. That's like jumping in your Uber and you see their Uber license. Your Lyft, you see their Lyft license. Taxi cab in Vegas, you see their taxi driver license, right? You send your ZPA profile. That means you're reporting to somebody, okay? Some of the most scary murderers ever in the history of the United States were some of the best looking people you ever seen. Do you watch those movies ever? And you look at them and they're great looking people. So the fact that you're great looking doesn't mean anything. It could just mean you're a very well polished murderer. I know it's a little dark, but you get my point, right? So let them know that you are identified with a large organization. All right. I hope everybody online is not offended, but I know you're not murderers, but there you go. Okay. So, all right. So the assigned agent replies to the 4-way showing. You attach your profile. Very important. Hey, I'm John Smith, your dedicated Zillow preferred agent. You can find more about me on my Zillow Premier Agent profile. Here it is. If you have questions or specific preferences, please let me know. I'm here to assist you. Excited to help you find your dream home. Now, let's stop at number 9. Again, the last 100 years of teaching says call them. Discuss it with them. Mistake. On an internet connection, that is a mistake. Now, there's 2 sides to this coin. One side to the coin is if you don't do that, there is a possibility they don't show up. It happens some of the time. If you do it, there is a probability you're going to mess it up. And we learned that after 10,000 leads. There's a client says, oh, yeah, I like that one. And there's one up the street. Can you check it out for me? Yeah, I'll check it out. And as soon as I check it out, I'll get back to you. So we do a training. If somebody asks you to check something out, say, while I'm checking it out, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay, I'll check it out and I'll get back to you. We do another training. Hey, if the client asks you to get pre-qualified first, make sure you say, while you're pre-qualifying, I'm going to meet you tomorrow. Okay, when you're pre-qualified, I'll meet you. We're just as an industry completely stuck in what we've been taught in these $2,000 seminars, and it flat doesn't work. It does not work with internet connections. And that's why the people taught over the last 100 years say internet connections are no good, because they're taught to recognize a horse, and every day a Tesla is driving on their front lawn. Every one of these leads is a Tesla, but they're like, it doesn't look like a horse, doesn't smell like a horse, doesn't sound like a horse. And when I call it like a horse, wee, wee, the Tesla doesn't respond. Do you see my point? So we're responding to internet leads the same way you used to talk to the horse, which is the old SOI process. Because in the past, people actually had relationships. Now they have connections. There's a huge difference. That's the change in our culture. Got it? Okay. Number 10, reassignment. If the agent does not reply to the confirmation text within 5 minutes, we'll reassign. Number 11 is huge. Please circle it 19 times. As soon as it gets assigned to you, go to your Zillow Premier app, tap on the client, listen to the recording. And you will hear the conversation between the agent, the ICA, and the client. Hugely valuable. Now you know them before you show up. Number 12, agent sets up follow-up text reminders in Zillow Premier app. This is massively important. If you don't know how to do this, jump onto YouTube and find out. Go into Zillow's University, find out how to set up a text reminder. When you're in inbox, bottom right-hand corner, there's 3 dots. Click on those 3 dots. It says set reminder, and set yourself a reminder. Very important. Your first reminder, if it's in 2 days, as you'll see, is to send a text the day before. Set another reminder to send a text the day of. Set another reminder to call the client the day after. It takes seconds to do this, and now you're going to get this update pop across your screen. Don't forget, John Smith, tomorrow. Those reminders are vital. By the way, yes, we do check. We go in and look, and sometimes when agents say, I'm not getting enough leads, we go in, we look at their last 5 leads, we see there's no reminders, there's no BAMFAMs, there's no notes. We go, okay, please watch this video, jump out of the last 100 years, jump into 2025, and please do those things. When you do those things, we'll assign you more leads, okay? All right, number 13. So let's say the appointment's in a couple of days. Very important, number 13, day 1, within 2 hours of the showing confirmation texts, agent must use the 4-way showing confirmation text to send all pre-appointment confirmation texts. But you're now going to go into that agent confirmation text within 2 hours and send something of value. Hey, I've lined up some fantastic properties for you to check out before our upcoming appointment tomorrow. Here's some links for your review. Put in 2 links. Take a look. Got any questions? Want to discuss any of these in more detail? Feel free to reach out. Now, you need to make that a shortcut on your iPhone, right? You just drop that right in there. But what you're doing is they've called, being connected to you through the showing confirmation text. You have introduced yourself and given your ZPA. 2 hours later, you've now jumped into GoWP Now, found 2 other similar properties, quickly tap on their links, go to your shortcut, text them again, can't wait to see you, check out what I found out, use this text, drop in 2 properties. And that keeps the conversation going. Now, before they meet you, they see that you're one of these hardworking real estate agents, and they're actually engaged with them. Does that make sense? Trust me, you do this, more people will show up. The first question I ask, and the ICAs ask, is when somebody says, hey, my client didn't show up, we'll say, great, did you text them? The agent always says yes. Then we'll say, great, screenshot it and send me a copy. Oh, I just deleted it. Oh, all the time, because agents don't. 9 times out of 10, when somebody doesn't show up, it's because the agent did not send additional property links and therefore did not show they were engaged with the consumer. Okay? So please read this and follow the protocol. Number 14. So now you're a couple of days in, not the day the appointment came in, you're in day 2. Same thing again. You're going to send a showing confirmation text. Here's the script. Just a quick reminder of the properties we're going to see tomorrow, and you put in the links to the properties you're going to see. To make the most of your time, jot down any questions or concerns you might have about the process. This is to ensure that we cover everything important to you. I look forward to our meeting tomorrow at 9. So now you've triple confirmed. They've gotten property from you twice, and they're engaged with you, and you're engaged with them. Now comes the day of the appointment. We call this the seatbelt text. There's actually 2, and I'll throw one in here, but the seatbelt text, 2 hours before the showing. Hi, John. It's finally here, our appointment day. I'm looking forward to our conversation, helping you find a dream home. If you have any last-minute questions, please let me know. See you soon. And you put the address and the time. I'm going to give you a little tip here. Send that text. Do something else. Turn the phone around. Point at yourself in the car. I don't care, girls, if your face is on or off. I have yet to see a girl without a face, but you talk about face on and off. Turn the camera around on yourself. Hey, it's Sally. Really looking forward to seeing you. As you can see, start up your car or click on your seatbelt. I'm on my way to see you, and I've set aside time for you, okay? You can even use things like this. Watch, I'll give you a little tip. I just said goodbye to my family for the day, but I'm going to see them after we're done. I'm yours this afternoon. What are you doing right there? You're creating this bond, and they see you're on your way and you're a real person. If you're just a dot and a click, then they're like, let's not show up. We don't even know them. But now you're saying that you left your family behind. You left your husband for the day. You left your wife for the day. You left your kids for the day to come and meet you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you. Now you're a human being. They're much more likely to show up. Y'all got that? All right, number 16. Now let's talk about writing an offer or setting an appointment. This is a huge part of our cadence, and I'm going to train a specific class on this today. We do not see showing as showing. We see showing as an offer writing opportunity. Remember, people move quickly and erratically online. So again, if you think like a 100-year-old agent, like the training seminars that cost you $2,000, if you think like that, well, I need to build rapport over a period of time, and I need to provide this, and I need to have a buyer appointment. Dear Lord, I need to sit them down in my office. Really, who wants even to go to offices? You might get COVID, right? You got to go through this entire process that you got to go through. No, people who move online move quickly, or they move erratically. So it's extremely important to see that when you're meeting a client, your purpose is to meet them, connect with them, show them the property they need, and write an offer. If you don't write an offer, you've got one other choice unless you want to fail. That is, book a meeting from a meeting. So it's offer bam fam, offer bam fam. If you, again, like the 100-year agents that pay $2,000 a weekend for a seminar, go, oh, it was so great to meet you, and I'm number one of this and number one of that, and let me give you a badge, and let me give you a package. Or you need to give them a package, and you think they're going to stay with you, they're not. Because as soon as they say goodbye to you and you think you've made a new friend, they sit in the car and tap on a property and call somebody from Realtor.com. So book that next appointment, super important. Even if you think the offer isn't going to be accepted, write the offer, because most people, when they write an offer with you, they will call you their agent. It's the best bonding you can possibly do. Okay. So, hi, customer John Smith. It was a pleasure meeting you. I wanted to confirm our appointment on date and time. That's your second appointment. Circle this on 16. A lot of people miss this. So this is after your appointment. John, it was great meeting you today. Just wanted to confirm we're meeting again on Thursday at 5. I've lined up some more great properties for you to check out before our upcoming appointment. Here's the property links. So now watch this. You've met them. You've shown them. You've bam-fammed them. In the next couple of hours, you send another text while you're having your coffee. You're sending another text. Wow, I really enjoyed that meeting. Personalize it. Loved your kids. Looked like everybody had fun. Can't wait to see you again at that appointment we set up on Thursday at 5. And by the way, here's a couple more properties. Send them more properties. Do you think people would see that agent as engaged? We weren't taught that way. We were taught you did your showing block. Now it's your personal life block. And then it's this block and that block. You need to just see 24 hours as a block. And in the middle of that block, it says customer. Because those customers want what they want when they want it. So show yourself as valuable, show yourself as available. Can you imagine? I keep going back to Amazon because the same people who, like I buy stuff from my wife on Amazon, and I buy it on Temu because of certain stuff she likes there, and I buy it on Alibaba, and you know, we shipped a whole container from China from Alibaba, right? So we buy a lot of stuff online. And let me tell you something, if I went to one of those websites and it said, oh, we're time blocking right now, we'll give you an answer in 2 hours, I'd be gone. And yet 100-year-old teaching says time block. You can't time block a customer when the guy is making 120 grand a year, the girl's making 150 grand a year, and they've got 2 hours on the way home after work, and they know that after that they've got to do a paper and they're going to put their phone down, and they got those 2 hours, and you time block them for the tomorrow morning, but tomorrow morning they're on a plane to New York because they're in a conference. It just doesn't work that way. So that's why it's a crazy thing was invented called, wait for it, the World Wide Web. But we're still teaching like people read brochures. Okay, y'all got it. This is a little bit of a soapbox of mine, but when you do 10,000 of these, trust me, you've earned yourself a soapbox. Number 17. The agent now updates the pipeline status and notes in real time by touch and voice to text. So Let me show you how important this is. You've now shown a client that Zillow's entrusted to us. Again, a lot of people say, when I go home, I'll do my updates. That's a major issue. Because remember, the ICA is going to call that client after you've shown them property. How did it go? How did it go with your agent? Were they there on time? We do customer service checks. Were they there on time? Have you rescheduled another appointment? Oh, no, they didn't schedule another appointment. We wanted to see another house. We will quickly, the ICA will tap on the notes in real time, which you say you're going to do later when you get to your computer, right? And if there's no notes, they'll reassign that lead. So it's extremely important in our respect for Zillow that when you leave that client, you quickly pop open your phone, you go, or your device, a lot of you just use small tablets. You go to your device, tap on the icon, open up the icon, open up the client. When you open up the client, quickly go to the status, change the status for your next appointment, and quickly tap on notes. And when you add a note, you just say, hey, 1/16/25, appointment went well, set, bam, fam, da. Boop, save, done, let's go next. Now, when the ICA makes their call, they look into your ZPA and see that you've done your job, okay? So, agent updates, pipeline status and notes in real time. Pipeline status within 10 minutes of the appointment. Notes within 10 minutes of the appointment. If there's a delay in writing an offer or bam fam, clearly explain why in the notes. The ICA team will evaluate your notes and then engage in their appropriate protocol. Number 18, the agent sets up follow-up text reminders for the second appointment in Zillow Premier app. So remember, you leave the appointment, you're excited, it went well, you quickly jump on your app, you tap on status, you tap on notes, and you go to reminders, and you set yourself a reminder to send a text before your next appointment. You just show them it's on Sunday. Your next appointment's Thursday. If I were you, I'd tap and make a reminder for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then that reminder pops up, and guess what? You go back into your shortcut text, set it on then, send them 2 properties. Tuesday, shortcut text, send it, send 2 properties. Wednesday, shortcut text, send it, send 2 properties. Day of, seatbelt, click on the way to see you, reconnect. You're going to sell them a property. We still, every day, we train agents to be engaged like this. So I'm going to give you a story of a lady. I need to take just something really quickly here, which is a wonderful tea. We took on board a lady in, let's just say, Southwest Los Angeles. And she received 12 connections from us in the first month. She was experienced, did several million a year, not huge, but did several million a year, done it for 21 years. And said, we're so excited about your program. I said, okay, sit through boot camp, sat through boot camp. She said, out of those 12, I want to be accurate here. She said either 4 or 5 appointments to show. Every one of them was $1 million plus, right? Every one of them was 1, 2, maximum 3 days out. We don't set appointments more than 3 days out. And after 1 month and 2 days, she quit. And I said, if you don't mind me asking, why did you quit? She said, well, I set 4 appointments and nobody showed up. I said, okay, I'm really sorry that happened. Could you send me a copy of the texts and links that you sent to them? Oh, I don't do that, she said. People need to do what they say. So it didn't make her a bad person, but she's learned to go to horses. But these are people driving Teslas. And last time I went to my son's Tesla and went, it didn't respond. By the way, his Tesla now makes a horse sound. We sit in restaurants with him, and people walk by, and you can mess with it on the app and go like this. So you've got people, it's an upgrade. So you've got people like this who are so set that it's about them. I sell $5 million. No, it's about the client. You have to keep them engaged. Why is it when you buy a red sweater that you see red sweaters every time you go on Facebook? Why is it if you're going to a football game, you see football jerseys coming across Spotify? What has Spotify got to do with football? So all of the client behavior tracking and the algorithms in the background, they've got your details, they've got your account, you relay it over to several other social media accounts. We do it with GoWP now. So you're constantly being stimulated. But in the real estate world, oh, no, it's all about me. I told you it was Saturday. You weren't there on Saturday. I'm not going to help you. The real world is extremely dynamic. Can you imagine a coach showing up at a football game? Say, okay, guys, I'm not going to talk to you today. I told you on Tuesday about that play, Wednesday about that play. We practiced that play on Thursday. Go do it. Okay, you're fired, football player, because you didn't do it. Because there's so much going on in people's lives, they have to be constantly reminded. So I know I'm flogging this point. You have to get it to succeed with us, okay? All right. Agent uses follow-up procedure the same as the first appointment. So your follow-up is the same, however many appointments you do. The ICA team appointment follow-up call. The ICA team makes a customer service call to the client. It's between 2 hours and half a day after the appointment. Was it held? How was the client's experience? And did the agent bam-fam? If no bam-fam date was set, they will pass it, or they might give you a chance. If they see that you have notes, they'll call you back and give you a chance. And then 21, the ICA team repeat follow-up until under contract. So we have multiple systems on the back end where we check what happens appointment after appointment, and we watch those metrics. So that is the assignment process. Could you, Lainey, please go to the next stage, which is the checklist? I'm going to make a break here, and we'll see you on the next one, which is hold on a second, which is the agent checklist for ICA Zillow appointments. So let's make a break on the recording.